Coming up, we went to Halloween Horror Nights and had sort of a progressive meal with lots of good snackies. You know, all the classics. Yes, we did get pizza fries. I'll just say that. We're also going to talk about a little bit of news. So, from the Bob Varley Studio in Orlando, Florida, this is the Universal edition of the Diz Unplugged. This is episode 196 of the Diz Unplugged Universal Edition. The Diz Unplugged Universal Edition is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel, experts at helping you plan the perfect universal vacation. Visit them on the web at www.dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of the Diz Unplugged Universal Edition. I am your host, Craig Williams. I'm joined by my co-host, Mr. Ryno Clevin.
Hello.
Hello, and welcome to this week's episode. We have a really fun one for you. So it's been a while since we've kind of taken you actually into the parks, and you've got to live vicariously through us and through our experiences. So we're very excited to do that. Plus, with way back when, before Halloween Horror Nights started, they announced all those great treats that were going to be coming out for this event, stuff they've had before in years past, and then some of the Stranger Things items. And so we've been very excited to actually try them. It's hard taking a break from doing all the mazes throughout the night to actually sit down and eat a meal. There's always time to grab a beer, but there's never enough time to actually sit down and eat a meal. So we wanted to make that our priority for this show before we run out of time in the Halloween season. So we are going to get to that in just a short little bit, and it's a lot of fun, I promise. If you want to stick around and wait for it, you will maybe or maybe not be disappointed by that. Mm-hmm. We'll just have to tell by the time it gets there. But before we get into that, there's just a couple of little things I want to share that are pretty much meaningless, I'll say. There's one thing that could be important. There's another thing that I just found to be amusing, and that is that Halloween Horror Nights has apparently invaded some people's math homework. So I know I'm being very vague with how I say that, but Ryno and I both have a very good friend. Her name's Ashley, and yesterday she texted me, letting me know that her son had very interesting math homework. So first off, I was caught off guard because the math homework seemingly was in a magazine, which
like a workbook.
I mean,
it does look like a magazine. It's formatted
it's formatted like a magazine, looks exactly like a magazine. So it's okay, well, that was interesting on its own. But the topic, and that's why when I say magazine, I mean it says October at the bottom of it. It doesn't say October issue or anything, just October, and then
it's their learnings for October.
Yeah,
so they broke it up instead of one textbook. It's 10 magazines.
Yeah, and it's I know it's a private school in Georgia, and everyone's a freaking genius. So I'm sure that has a really impact on how they get their learnings done. But essentially, in this little magazine workbook of math problems, the topic is scary events and Halloween Horror Nights. So the one page that she sent for me, some of the questions that go along with it, it's technically it involves Six Flags, Fright Fest, Not Scary Farm, and then Halloween Horror Nights. So it's all based out in California. But the question that is about Universal is, last year wait times to get into the mazes at Universal Orlando Resort were anywhere from 0.25 hours to 2 hours. So right there, they started getting stuff wrong, because the question goes on to say, when one student went, he waited 1.4 hours to get into Titans of Terror maze, which was at Hollywood, 0.5 hours for the Horrors of Blumhouse, and 1.5 hours for Ash vs. Evil Dead. Represent each wait time on tape diagrams. And, they also have one this chart below lists the cost of tickets for Halloween attractions at 3 different parks. Which ticket is the cheapest? Which place value tells you that? Little things like that. Do you notice a pattern in the amount of time it took to put makeup on scare actors?
Oh.
Little things like that. So I just found that to be really hilarious. I know it has nothing to do really with planning a vacation or a show, but it's kind of funny to see that this thing that we all love so much is transported into children's mathematics.
Do you think like there was a person when they were like, all right, Steve, you're in charge of the textbook, and they're just like, they like were somebody who had gone to Halloween Horror Nights so many times that they were like, I've got just the thing that I've been waiting to include in a math book.
I want to pretend that that's how it happened, which it could be. It also might not be, but regardless, it's still it's funny. It's funny that happened. But on for something news that could help you in your upcoming vacation. This is really cool. Just came out earlier this week, and that's that Universal Orlando will be adding steamer trunk bars to select hotels on their property. So it's going to happen at 3 different hotels, specifically Portofino Bay, Sapphire Falls, and Royal Pacific. And basically, cocktails are going to be served from their bellhop bar from 5 to 7 p.m. daily. The bellhop bar is a steamer trunk full of libations in antique apothecary-style bottles. Guests will hear an opening bell to announce that the bar's open for the evening, and it will begin late October, so coming up soon here, maybe already.
I was like, they don't have much time left.
Yeah, they'd have probably started already by the time this aired, but who knows? And this will run through mid-January. So there's going to be two specific types of liquors used for this thing. It's going to be Angel's Envy Bourbon and Hangar One Vodka. Then they'll also have a red and sparkling white wine, I believe, from Buena Vista Winery and Conundrum. And basically, each hotel is going to have their own special cocktail. At Portofino Bay, they're going to have the Magari, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, number 2, which is featuring Hangar One vodka, lemon juice, limoncello, and basil leaves. And this bar, the bellhop bar for that, will be in Bar American. So when you walk in, it's the bar on the left side of the area. You walk straight in, lobby, check-ins on the right, Bar Americans on the left. So this one sounds pretty good. It sounds very Italian. Limoncello, basil leaves, vodka.
I don't understand your description for how you got into the hotel, left and right.
Well, like you walk in the main entrance.
It's downstairs, isn't it?
No. That's Thirsty Fish, which is the one downstairs in the...
In what hotel?
At Portofino.
Oh, I'm sorry. You said All American. I was thinking Jake's All American.
No,
I was confused. Sorry.
No, you are insane.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay.
And we will get there, but we're not getting to Jake's All American. At Lowe's Sapphire Falls, we'll have the Island Envy cocktail with Angel's Envy bourbon, orange bitters, and Demerara syrup. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but syrup. And this bellhop bar will be located at Strongwater Tavern. Mm-hmm. And at Royal Pacific, they'll have the Royal Lychee Teeny, which is the Hangar One vodka, raspberries, lychee juice, and lemon juice. And this will be in the Orchid Court Lounge in the sushi area of it. So those are your 3 cocktails from there. And yeah, that's going to be what's happening there. I think this is pretty cool.
I do too. I think it's just a nice bonus offering that's, I don't know, like...
Well, it's about as signature as you can get with it. Like, I know there's always signature drinks at the bars and stuff, but this is literally a rollout. Each hotel is having one signature drink. Yeah. And they're saying, this is the drink we're choosing to represent our hotel. You're going to get it in this old steamer trunk with the apothecary bottles. It's going to be almost like speakeasy in a way. Thematically, it makes no sense to Portofino, Italy, the Caribbean, or the South Pacific. But in a sense of, I really like drinking and I really like speakeasy vibes and the roaring 20s and all of that, it sounds cool for that.
Yeah, I agree. No, I wonder how much these cocktails will be priced at.
I would say, we want to take bets on it?
$15. Okay, that's my bet.
My original thought was 14, but then I was like, no, if these are really special, maybe 17.
Oh, okay.
But because I also think about that, if they're like at the 17, they might just be like, okay, it's $17, and then we'll just round up to 20 for you. and make it nice and easy. So that way you're paying with cash. It'll be nice and easy. It's a rounded number. I don't know. That's all just pure speculation on it.
You think it'll be a $20 drink?
Potentially. Lowe's hotels are expensive. So
we'll see.
Yeah.
You know how I feel about $17 drinks.
I do know how you. I think a lot of people do. Blu-ray, Target, all that.
My Target Blu-rays.
But no, you're probably right. It's probably going to be right in the $15 range. So, but we'll have to see. I think it's cool that they're doing that. I hope it can continue to extend into the other hotels too. I know it'd be a lot harder for like Aventura and Cabana Bay being the lowest of the values as of this time. It's not maybe really fitting into their theme, but it should have been added to Hard Rock too.
Yeah.
So unless it's just against the brand of Hard Rock, they don't want anything like that. But I feel like it would fit in there too. I feel like they could come up with creative drinks for Aventura and Cabana, since those are great themes. Like there's got to be like a classic 60s
Maybe they're
cocktail
just
or
picking
something.
ones that are in the area. So there's like one hotel, and all those 3 hotels can go to that one hotel to get it.
Well, except for the fact that Portofino is extremely far away from Royal Pacific and Sapphire Falls.
Yeah. You have to walk for your liquor.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, but regardless, hopefully we'll be able to get over there and try it out and see what it's like before it leaves, just to help inform you. We're going to do this one selflessly to help you decide on your drinking. But that is basically all that's been happening. Things are still slow here. We're getting ready for the holiday season coming up in just a few weeks from now. I believe like November 14th, 15th, 16th. That's when we're going to kick it off at Universal. But we're still in the Halloween spirit, so we promised you treats. Let's get to it now. We are going to head to Universal and eat some good stuff. We have made it to Universal Orlando.
My hair grew back.
It did. How did that happen?
I don't know. Movie magic. I'm wearing a wig.
I really hope you got a haircut, otherwise this will make no sense. And that's okay. But sorry for how loud it is. Obviously, Halloween Horror Nights is going on right now,
Yes.
and it makes it that loud. I mean, that's why we're here, is
Yes.
because we're hungry. We've been dying to try some of the food here.
And we'll be dying after we eat it. No, that's not what you want to hear.
Well, probably. But here's the deal. Since it is so loud out here, we're not going to spend a lot of time right now talking about what we're getting throughout it. We'll explain as we before we move on to each location.
Yeah.
So just to preface on this one to start, we are currently outside of like Fast and Furious Supercharged, and that's because our first stop of the night is going to be at Richter's Burger. So there is a specialty sandwich over there for the event. I don't remember which one it is. So we're going to go there, and we're going to discover it real time, just like you are. So let's head on out.
We got the garlic chili chicken sandwich, which was listed as $13.49, but it's not. Delightful to our surprise. I don't know if that made sense. Anyway, to our surprise, it was actually $11.99. And then there was an annual pass discount on top of that, maybe?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
They brought it down to $10.62, I believe.
It literally, and then of course you can do it with the shake like they always try to get you. But it did not say what came on it. It looks like it's pepper jack cheese, and there is some sort of a, I'm assuming that's the garlic chili sauce.
Yeah.
I would think, don't mind me, I just washed my hands, second note, that it would be on the chicken as well. So I'm hopeful, but, so, if you do not know, Richter Burger has the toppings bar where you can get pickles, onions, tomatoes, and the whitest lettuce you'll ever find. But it was that. It came with fries. So I'm assuming we're supposed to put our like accoutrement on it still. I'm gonna cut this in half though, and I think I'm gonna give it a little try just on the plain side.
Yeah,
oh
without.
God, I pushed all those fries onto the table.
We're still gonna eat it.
Okay, I'm trying to like cut this even. Make it even, make it nice. Look at all the presents around the tree. I'm gonna give you this part.
It's our first stop. There's still lots of food
This one
left.
looks a little bigger. I'll give you that because it was coming out of the bag. So let me do just a. I mean, whew, Lord.
Oh, you were just getting ready to say it's not spicy.
I was gonna say like, oh, you can taste the spice a little bit. It's a lot spicier than I anticipated, which is good because I like spicy. Other than that, though, it's pretty much just a standard issue chicken. But it's a fairly big piece of chicken. But I like pepper jack cheese. The chili sauce on this is fine. The bun's fine. I mean, it's not remarkable or anything like that, but I'll let you have a bite and let me know what you think. I'm gonna dress it up a little bit more and then go from there. See how it holds up with like the lettuce, tomato, and all that stuff.
First bite. Here goes nothing. So right away, you're right. There's not really. There's a little hint of spice. I think that comes from the pepper jack cheese. Just, I've eaten a lot of pepper jack in my day. I would consider that a pepper jack cheese heat right off the bat. But then that sauce kicks in, and it's a whole other ball game from there. This thing, if you're one of those people out there who says you don't like spicy, avoid this at all costs. This would be considered spicy. For both myself and Ryno, I feel like this would be on the mild to medium side, but I do think most people would probably consider this a hot flavor tasting. I'm gonna go ahead and dig in with, I just realized we didn't get a fork or anything.
I only got a knife, yeah, sorry.
So,
hands it is.
fingers.
I hand sanitized when I walked in.
And I just got out of the bathroom
Oh, great.
with a complete hand wash, so I don't want to. Okay, I'll put one pickle on.
I'm not getting a lot of the garlic, to be honest with you. Just a lot of the spice.
Yeah, no, it's. I think you can tell that there is garlic in the sauce.
Yeah,
but
to label it as garlic,
yeah,
I don't know.
And once you put the toppings on, it does dilute the sandwich to a point. It becomes even less spicy.
I think I grabbed hot sauce that I'm sitting on right now.
Maybe. It's better than what we had when we came here to eat a normal meal.
Mm-hmm.
But I wish instead of having the toppings bar, they would come up with their own special toppings for this.
Like maybe a jalapeno or something?
Yeah, something like that. Something a little bit extra, and maybe like spinach on there too. And serve it that way. Because this has got a lot of potential. It's just I feel ultimately the toppings kind of let it down. But I like the flavor of the sauce and the pepper jack mixing with the chicken. It's not bad, but I'm gonna put this down, wipe my hands, and I want to see what you think once you top it up.
Nothing like getting that onion smell on my hands. The no nutritional value lettuce. Yeah, it's still got like a tingle of the heat once you put all the toppings on it, but it does dilute it down. It's all on the top too. So I was hoping like the breast of the chicken had been coated in this. I think that's kind of a mistake. Like maybe it needs to be on both the top of the bun and the bottom of the bun, I think, because I kind of lose it a little bit there. Or maybe like give it on the side or something so you could add a little bit more if you wanted it. It's like what you said. It definitely has potential. It was better than what we ate here originally, but it's still not. I'm not going to remember this. It's forgettable. It's not bad, but it's not amazing. So we'll have to see how this ranks up to the other specialty item we're going to get a little bit here too.
I think after finishing up, the one thing I kind of thought about when you said it would be great if they coated both sides of the chicken and then gave it to you. Next time, I'd probably try to just ask to see if they could give me an extra little bit of sauce.
Yeah.
Not right on there, just like in a cup. I see the container from where we are holding the sauce. I just wanted in an extra ramekin.
Oh, is that what those things are called?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my thing. It's like it's supposed to be kind of the star of the dish, I feel like, and it was used a little more sparing, not like completely sparingly, but it could be a little saucier. A little, not everything can always be a little bit saucier, am I right?
Yeah, but I'd say for $10.99 or $10.62 if an annual pass holder discount, $11.99 for regular price. It's not. You're not going to regret it.
No. Yeah, I think it was decent. The chicken was good and cooked well.
Exactly. So we're going to move on to our next spot, and this is one that we did review last year. Very excited to re-review, see if they held up from their former glory, and that, of course, is famous pizza fries over at the Kids Own Pizza Company. So we're going to take a little bit of a walk over to that part of the park, and we're going to have some pizza fries. Pizza fries still smell just as delicious as they did last year. You might remember I said that we were at Kids Own Pizza Company. Well, it's super dark there. It is just like impossible to see. So we came over to technically Krusty Burger. That's where we're sitting in right now, eating over in Springfield with the Simpsons. So, hey, wins for us. But pizza fries, like I said, available. You can't miss it. You got crinkle cut French fries. You have pizza sauce. You have pepperonis. You have sausage chunks, all for $9.99. So after tax, $10.64, and then it was like $9 something with our annual pass discount. I'm really failing at that, but that's why we're going to be back in the studio for the last part of this. So let me. Did I even mention cheese? Of course, cheese. So let me try to get a good first bite.
Steaming.
It's very hot.
Steam heat. Yeah, that was from the pajama game. That's a mouthful. Pizza fry mouthful.
It's so simple, but it's just so perfect. The crinkle cut French fry is the right choice for it. These are not mushy French fries at all, but the ridges add that little extra texture, and I think also give it that extra crispiness. It's not that funny. It's really not. The pepperonis obviously add that flavor. I think you get better flavor from the sausage itself. The sauce, cheese, just add that extra complement to it. So, Ryno, you have to dig in while this is still piping hot, because I want to see if it just gets back in your bloodstream like it just did in mine.
The thing about pizza fries is you can smell it from a distance, and I love it. This has got to be a staple, I'm hoping. We'll see. What do you mean? It's like what you said, as long as it's done right, it's super good, because like the fries being extra crispy make them like able to bear that tomato sauce on it, and it's like the right sausage they chose, and then they've got a little bit of like what's the seasoning you put on pizza? Let me see. The green stuff.
Sorry, you can't see because I'm holding the camera, but my fork was in my mouth.
It was, yeah. It's basil, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think maybe that's what's on here, but I don't know. I think they used a good sauce. It's all good decisions here, and I'm telling you, like, this has got to be a staple of the event. It's got to return. If you try one food item here, it's got to be pizza fries. And this year, I grabbed some crushed red pepper that I am going to, add onto my half here. I don't know if you're interested in this at all.
I might try some.
I like a nice extra crushed red pepper for you. You like them extra spicy. This is what I do to my pizza anyways too. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's where it's at. I'm telling you. Woo! This is good.
Murder.
Pizza fries. I don't think there's anything about them else that we really have to say that we haven't already.
We've raved about them. If you come to this event and you don't get them, I'm going to be sad to hear that story.
Yeah, I completely agree. So we'll talk more about that in the studio. We're going to head on to Mel's Die-In for our next item. So we'll see you over there.
So we are here at Mel's Die-In. Loud as usual, terribly loud. The specialty food item is the Fiery Burger, which has no description in the menu. They don't really describe their specialty food at all, but as you can see from the look of it, it's onion rings. I want to say this is pepper jack cheese again.
Yeah, and hot sauce.
And hot sauce. Ooh, the hot sauce stings the nostrils. So in the picture, it looked more like it was ketchup, but I don't love hot sauce. I don't like the taste of that vinegary hot sauce, but we'll see here. I'm just gonna go right down the middle. It's been quite some time since I had a burger with an onion ring on it.
Makes you feel fancy, like you're at Burger King.
I know.
They have the rodeo burger. Came out with small soldiers.
Jeez Louise, that is a knowledge. I did watch that movie quite a bit. What was I gonna say? There's no toppings bar here either, so you get what you get. And this looks like it's got lettuce, tomato. I want to say I just saw a pickle. I did not. In addition to what I already said was on it. So I'm gonna dive in here before it completely falls apart.
That was a hidden surprise at the bottom.
Oh, it's a pickle. It's not bad. The onion ring is actually super crispy, which gives it a nice crunchy texture. There is one thing that Universal does not do amazingly well, and I feel it. That is their burger patties, and this is no exception. So maybe ask for some hot sauce on the side. Let me take another bite. I'm just getting a lot of tomato. So, Craig, I'm gonna let you have a bite of this because I pretty much mauled this and see what you have to say about it.
I am very concerned about the burger patty because, as you've seen from a lot of our food reviews here, it's usually myself who orders the actual hamburger when we go to a place like this. You get the other option. So I'm used to, at this point, eating terrible Universal hamburgers. But I love everything else that's on here. Especially, I love onion rings. I love hot sauce. And I love pickles.
I didn't even taste the hot sauce.
Yeah. But that burger patty looks gross as always. I concur completely with you on the onion ring. This is actually a really good onion ring.
Yeah.
I would put this up there with I really love Sonic onion rings, and I would equate this to it. Just crispy, not overly greasy, adds a lot. The hot sauce, it's actually adding a little bit of sweetness to it too when I think it's combined with the onion. It's not overly spicy. I would never call this fiery by any means. Again, for my palate, I think if you're not into spicy things, you might get a little bit of that spiciness from the little tiny bit of hot sauce that's on here and the pepper jack. But I would say, with the exception of the fact that the burger is terrible, the toppings together all taste good. So this one was, I think, $13.49. So then after our discount, it was somewhere in the 12 range. So a little bit more expensive, but too soon to tell. Let's finish. What was your takeaway? Just brief.
Okay. So after I filmed you eating and I ate the rest of the burger, I actually ended up enjoying it a little bit more than my initial bite. So the burger patty still could definitely be improved. However, I got a lot more of the hot sauce flavor on my next bite. It must have dripped all the way to the side of the bun. But again, I feel like it needs a thicker sauce for that. But I still think the chicken sandwich for me is above this.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I love the onion ring on it. If I would have had more hot sauce, I think I would have loved this one more. I think the burger patty being awful I could have got past that, but it just didn't. It didn't connect.
It gave me that barbecue bacon cheeseburger vibe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It almost had that, like, I felt like I was tasting barbecue because it is essentially the same ingredients, but
It's like the rodeo cheeseburger from Burger King. Okay, well, that's it for here at Mel's. We'll bring more of our thoughts later. We're gonna head to our last stop, and that is a special dessert. We'll see you there. We are now outside the Beverly Hills Boulangerie here in Hollywood, right across from the studio store. Here's one of the places you can get 3 of the Stranger Things specialty desserts, including the Christmas tree light cupcake, also a strawberry waffle sundae, and then what we ultimately went for, the waffle triple decker extravaganza, right from the show itself. Disgusting, 3 big waffles, more whipped cream than I can possibly even fathom. Sorry.
I hope those are Reese's peanut butter, Reese's Pieces, and not just chocolate like M&M's.
I believe those are Reese's, small mini Reese's Pieces, then chocolate chips, then jelly beans. This looks disgusting. It was $9.99 annual pass discount. I'm just gonna go first. I already broke it. It's the waffles are super warm, and so it just kind of slid off each other. This is disgusting.
There's a possession taking place behind you right now. The entire street is lit up.
I don't even know how to get this in my mouth.
Did you get all the candy in there? Oh, yeah. You have a lot of stuff on here.
I believe they're also chocolate chip waffles.
Oh.
Okay.
There it goes.
I think they are M&M minis. I don't taste the peanut butter. I did not get a jelly bean in there. I'm very hesitant on that. I don't like jelly beans, really. Ryno, I feel like you're the same way.
Yep.
But I choose you to get the jelly bean, so I'm gonna let you dig it.
All right, I'm putting a green jelly bean in here. Craig has informed me that these are in fact mini Reese's Pieces. So,
And we're still not sure on whether or not it's chocolate chip waffles or just
chocolate chips in the middle or something. There's the jelly bean. I mean, it's not really a surprise here. The jelly bean doesn't really do anything except for add a texture that's like, oh, there's a jelly bean in my waffle. Clearly the children made this for me today. I mean, I love Eggos. I love whipped cream. I love peanut butter. I like chocolate chips. I don't dislike this dessert. But I don't know that it's like a do not miss. There's nothing like quite like, unless you're here for the complete Stranger Things like extravaganza experience. I don't know. I'm gonna eat another piece with a jelly bean right now too, and I'm gonna leave you some. But I don't hate this dessert. I mean, like I said, it's exactly like what it sounds like. There's no like, oh, I'm gonna start putting jelly beans in my Eggos. It's just, it is what it is.
that dessert was an enigma. We just kept uncovering new layers that were not chocolate chip Eggos. There was Nutella between
like
the levels.
Maybe 2 of the levels. Yeah, maybe it was what was keeping it together.
Still don't care for jelly beans.
Okay, the jelly beans are weird, a little weird, but they obviously don't like. It's not like, oh, jelly beans gross. It's just a weird like, oh, that's a funny texture in my mouth. I actually, as we ate it, I did enjoy it more by the end than I thought I was gonna. I would never eat one of these all by myself. I would never eat 3 Eggos by myself. Yes, I would. But I actually like. I'm enjoying like having that kind of like chocolatey peanut butter taste in my mouth with Eggos, and like it wasn't as heavy as I expected it to be.
I think I would come back and try the waffle strawberry shortcake. That would be more my speed.
Eli,
or
what about
there's
you?
the, I believe over in San Francisco, there's the
Okay.
one with the ice cream in between the Eggos.
Oh, I'll try. I
So,
get that one.
I mean, there's still a couple more weeks of the event, so we'll try to get the rest maybe in a separate vlog outside of this show. But speaking of the show, let's get rid of all the noise, get back in the studio, and wrap up with our final thoughts on all 4 things we tried.
Back to you in the studio.
Okay, Ryno. So it's been a few days since we went out there and ate everything. Do you have any differing thoughts? So there was a couple of situations where things were a little noisy. I know we were distracted. That might have played into our thoughts on the food as well too. But what are your thoughts?
I actually think back a little more fondly on the burger than I think I was going to, because of like how crispy it was and the onion ring, and I think I'm thinking back more fondly on the burger now than I was the chicken sandwich. Like, not that I didn't like the chicken sandwich, but I'm just thinking like I like that crunch. I like when things crunch, and the same with the dessert. I actually think I'm gonna get it again before the event's over. I can see myself going like I know I'm going specifically at least 2 more times, if not more than that. And like, I know that like I'll be there with somebody, and they like, I might, if they have a sweet tooth, be like, hey, let's go try out this Stranger Things dessert again.
See, I definitely want to try that strawberry shortcake waffle sundae. I still want to try the one with the ice cream in it. As time passed on, I felt less inclined to enjoy the extravagant waffle sundae that we got. It just was so perplexing with like the Nutella layers in between and so much whipped cream, and then the Reese's pieces.
It was a lot of whipped cream.
It was just, I don't know. And the jelly bean once you made me eat it with that, it just really soured the entire thing for me. So, and at $10 for that thing, I don't think it was worth it. So there's so many, pretty much that was the one waffle dessert though that kind of, I don't want to say called to me the least, but like there's the waffle on the stick also. Besides the other 2 waffle desserts I mentioned, there's a waffle on the stick. That one, you can get one dipped in chocolate with sprinkles, or then dipped in chocolate with nuts on it. And I thought both of those sounded even more appealing than this one. It's just too much happening. I get it's from the show. It has that theming element to it, but I just, flavor-wise, ultimately, it did feel like a kid threw this all together and didn't think about what the end result would be.
I don't know. I mean, I get the jelly beans being the weird thing, but the rest of it, I was like, I still like thinking about it. I don't know. And I definitely see the kid thing to it, but I'm still like, it just reminds me of like sweet waffles. I don't know.
Yeah, not for me. I agree with you on the burger, though. Ultimately, it's like I wish I could bring in a patty from like
that's the only
NBC
thing.
Sports.
I can still taste the terrible burger part.
Yeah.
Like, but other than that, I was like, I liked it better. I wish I could bring the sauce from the chicken onto the burger.
Yeah, or the other thing I was thinking, I know it would probably be complicated for them and like kind of just break their heads trying to even think about it. Universal doesn't screw up their grilled chicken that much. We've had good experiences with it and bad. Mm-hmm. I would almost like to see this one with, like, if we could have it with their grilled chicken and do the grilled chicken and onion
with
rings
an
in the
onion
sauce.
ring. Oh my!
Why not? I'm just saying because the frozen burger does take it down so much that I wish.
It's just a texture thing too. It's like even that crunch, you can't overtake it. It just. You feel like you're eating something you're not supposed to be eating when you eat it, you know?
And there have been times where the flavors have been able to elevate the terrible burger. But this, even with the good textures and flavors with this, it just still didn't. Mel's, for some reason, when they cook a bad hamburger, they just know how to perfectly cook a bad hamburger. It was weird. And then there's like because the opposite of it is when we went to Wimpy's, and they somehow also took a frozen hamburger patty that they have at all of the rest of Universal's quick service restaurants, and they were able to cook it like to the point that it was warm, but also keep it at like a medium temperature on the inside, which is just like baffling. So why Mel's can't do it, but they can open up a restaurant for a couple months and somehow perfect it, makes no sense to me. But that's how it was. And yeah, I think the flavor of the chicken at Richter's Burger was definitely on point if it would have been sauced more, just like we said there. And you can't go wrong with pizza fries, but I love
those pizza fries.
I love them. It's even with the annual pass discount, though. You can't get them too often. We're gonna recreate them on Halloween this year, though. I've already decided that. So, and I recommend everyone at home do the same too. Obviously, support Universal by going out and buying pizza fries there once, but you know what? Make it at home too. We're really only talking about.
You need the pie tin. I think that's gonna be essential.
Yeah, who doesn't have a pie tin though?
A disposable one?
Yeah, why would you just wash it after you're done?
I guess.
It doesn't have to be a disposable pie tin, but
True.
when you think about it,
environment.
The cost for a bag of crinkle cut French fries, if you don't want to make your own sauce, if you want to just get homemade pizza sauce, you're talking another couple bucks there, plus a bag of cheese.
Don't forget the pepperonis. Those are not cheap.
Pepperonis are very cheap. And the sausage, I would say, would be the most expensive aspect of it. But we're talking, if you got like doubled up on all those ingredients, you're going to have enough to serve like a family of 4. Whereas I strongly feel a pizza fry, even though Ryno and I shared it for this, pizza fries are for 1.
I want to get into like making different flavors of pizza fries. Like, bear with me. You get yourself the pre-cooked bacon and a little bit of the shredded lettuce and drizzle some ranch on top of that thing right there.
Yeah. For me, the one thing I would do with pizza fries, even at Universal, I know they're not going to do it. They're fine with where they are. I feel like theirs could use a little green pepper in there, out of that little crunch, but also that flavor. I even see some mushrooms in there too.
No, gross. Get out. Get out of here.
You are weird.
I don't like that stuff.
Well, I'm sorry you don't like it.
Especially the type of mushrooms people put on pizza. Blech.
I would do a Hawaiian pizza fries.
Oh, God. Even worse. Gross. Get that hot pineapple out of here.
Yet it's okay. You want a chicken bacon ranch pizza, essentially? But
It's been done. It's a California club.
yeah, I get it. It's not pizza, though. So
Neither are pizza fries.
touche. Well, that's a good place to stop this stupid conversation that we're having.
The great pizza fries debate.
Of 2018. We'll also have it in 2019 too, don't worry. So thank you so much, Ryno, for going out, eating all that food with me, having this conversation.
Anytime.
Yeah, yes. Thank you to everyone for watching and listening. We really hope you enjoyed it, and we do it for you. So
Everything I do,
we do for you. And I wanted to go into Stand By You. I stand by you.
just right into the Pretenders.
Absolutely. So, thank you guys. Thank you all so much. Guys and gals, that is. So, where would I normally go from here? For links to more information? No, that's the Diz Daily Fix.
Yeah.
If you need any more information on this show or any of the others in the Diz Unplugged podcast network, head over to dizunplugged.com, home of our show notes page for... I'm really screwing this one up.
Oh.
I'm just going in a circle there. You can find links to our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, email, uopodcast@dizunplugged.com. Like I said, we're getting ready to ramp up for that question and answer episode. So start sending those questions in on our email, and eventually we'll post that Facebook thread out where you can ask them as well too. So if you're listening to this on iTunes, go ahead, subscribe, rate, and review us. If you're watching this on YouTube, normally I say that backwards, go ahead, subscribe, and then also leave fun comments down below and hit that thumbs up and, yeah, all that good stuff. So I think that's where I normally end it from there. So thank you so much again to everyone who watched and listened to this. We really do appreciate it. We'll be back with you next week for another episode of the Diz Unplugged Universal Edition. But until then, remember, we still have not changed the name.